It doesn't end, guys. Sleet, rain. What a great day to bake some bread. Well, what else are we going to do today? Go canoeing or hiking? Oh, the weather's been so horrendous here. I'm interested in seeing, I'm always kind of fascinated by the idea of quick breads and making quick loaves. And as you guys probably know, if you're subscribed to the channel, I recently picked up the Tefal Dutch oven, which is, well, the first loaf that it turned out. The rye bread, dark rye, was absolutely amazing. I made a big loaf. I froze some of it here. But today I want to see if, you know, starting at 10:30 in the morning, if you can make a really nice and delicious loaf of bread. And I'm going to test it tonight because I'm going to have tuna fish for dinner tonight, tuna fish sandwich. And I hope this bread will be the bread that transports me to great eating. I don't know. But I've started the recipe. I have the mixer here. And let me just go over what I put in, because I always have a lot of people ask me about this recipe. And I kind of tweaked it a little bit, because I bought some unsweetened regular yogurt. I have 1 cup of lukewarm water, 2 tablespoons of yeast, because I want some firepower in this bread to get this thing going. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of plain yogurt, 2.5 cups of bread flour, and I've put perhaps 1 tablespoon of sugar in it to give it some activation. And I put it on the mixer here. Kneaded it, brought it together for about 10 minutes or so. I'm letting it rest for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to go do a final kneading on that. It's going to have a pretty high degree of hydration, meaning it's going to be a wet dough, because hopefully it'll be one that has a lot of, you know, air pockets and things in the final product, which signifies, I think, a very delicious rustic style bread. So, but you have to get used to dough that is sticky and heavy and doesn't really hold form too well. It's just the way it goes. There's always trade-offs in life, okay? We're not making standard sandwich bread here. We're trying to go a little beyond. And I think the Dutch oven is going to be instrumental in giving us a great product. So let's go over and see what we got going on in the KitchenAid mixer. See, that's a pretty wet dough, and it's getting shiny. But it pretty rapidly, after a minute or so, it pretty rapidly pulls away from the side of the mixing bowl, and that's very important. That signifies we got a dough that's able to be worked with now. And it has a bit of a sheen to it too, which is pretty important for letting you know. You can see the reflection off the backside right here of the silver color in the bowl on the dough right there. So I'm going to pull it out. We're going to grease a glass bowl, and we're going to let this rise for about 2 hours. Yeah, I kind of formed it into a loose ball there and put it in my beautiful blue rising bowl. Covered it with plastic. We'll see you guys in about 2 hours. This is going to be a very active dough, so you're going to have to brace yourself. It's not going to be an easy dough to work with, but it's going to be a good dough. In about 2 hours, and you can see how beautifully that has risen. So now, you know, I don't think I'm going to punch it down. There's been some dispute. Some people, boom, like to punch it and then pull it over. But some people are of the mind, why would you deflate all that gas? It's going to give you nice holes and all that. So what we need to do is fold it over each direction. We'll fold it over this way. Then we'll turn it 90 degrees. We'll hit it this way. And then we'll hit it this way. And then we'll try to flip it over. And we'll we'll tuck it underneath there, and we'll cover it up, and we're gonna let it rise again for about an hour, hour and a half. It's a really chilly day up here, so I think we're gonna need probably a good hour and a half or so to let this double, and then we'll be shaping it up. So that was pretty easy, huh? So I didn't punch it down this time, so we'll see what the end result is. Today is kind of a day of experimentation. Time to do, we've already had our second rise. It's time to do our shaping here, and I'm going to just kind of lightly flour here and kind of just let this fall down on there. Okay, I'm gonna pull it into the center. Do the same thing on this side. It's going to be a little sticky, that's okay. Try to pull it over the side. And I'm gonna pull it into the middle. Turn it one more time. Pull it there, and I'm going to try to very carefully flip it over onto the parchment paper, because we're going to be dropping that into the Dutch oven. And look at the way I'm trying not to deflate it once. I think it's pretty good. I'm going to take some flour and put it on my fingertips here. Put it together. Pinching underneath and forming this into a round, just like that. Okay. Chucking it under. And then we're going to cover this with plastic, and this is going to be our last rise. I can kind of center that a little bit, and then we're going to drop it in. It's going to rise for about 45 minutes. The last half hour it's rising, I'm going to put the oven in 450 degrees. I'm going to put the Dutch oven to heat up with the oven when it's heating. And then after about 45 minutes, we'll lower this into the Dutch oven. So it'll still have a chance to reflate some. We won't be handling it again. So I'm going to spray this with the spray and cover it, and I'll see you guys in 45 minutes. Looks like that's risen real well. Still has a lot of the pockets inside of it, which is good. So I'm now I have the oven mitts here to remind me. When I go take out the Dutch oven, there's some people that tragically grab it without thinking. Make sure you use oven mitts, okay? We're going to pull it out, sit it up here, and very carefully lower this with the parchment into the Dutch oven. And then we're going to bake this for an initial 30 minutes. Right, gloves on, here we go. Do not forget also when you go to put it back on, okay? Now let's lift this out. Put this on top here. And we will carefully take the plastic off the top of the bread. And we will lower this into the Dutch oven there. Be careful manipulating the paper. This Dutch oven is very, very hot. Okay, we're going to put the lid on, gloves back on. Do not forget, I can see how a lot of people get injured with these Dutch ovens. So into the oven she's going to go for an initial half hour, and we'll take a look at it, okay? Are you excited? I'm so excited. And I just can't help it. At about the 21-minute mark, I gloved up and took a look inside of the Dutch oven, and it looked like the bread had spread. It had risen real good. It looked like it was like 3/4 done. So at the 20-minute mark, I went ahead and removed the top. That's gonna help the browning. I removed the top of the Tefal Dutch oven there. So I think I'm gonna wait about. See, it's going to be about a half hour in 7 minutes. So I think I'm going to add another, so about 17 more minutes on our first 20. So probably be about 37, probably 40 minutes. I'll take another 35, 40 minutes. I'll take another loaf. Total bake time 40 minutes. Do not forget. Glove up. Okay. Let's pull out our bread here. Oh, does that look beautiful? Let's turn our oven off. Let's not waste the heat though. We'll crack that open and heat up the house. I'll bring you over to take a look. Now, how does that look? For a nice, well, we started about 11 o'clock. And it's about 4 o'clock. So I would say for a 5-hour bread, it looks pretty good. So I'll be having this tonight. I'll be putting up a short. I'm going to have some tuna fish. And I'm excited. This is probably going to have really big holes inside of it. So I think you'll agree. It's pretty nice looking. I don't think anything gives me more cheer on a very chilly, rainy, kind of nasty winter day in late February than to produce a really, well, at least it looks good right now, and I'm excited tonight to give it a try. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. This, I think, is an interesting variety channel. Do a lot of different things, from cooking and baking to metal detecting and travel, electronic restoration, moving into homesteading here on the Rancho. A lot of good stuff, and I would love you to be a part of that. So with that, I'm going to close it out. Please give it a thumbs up today, and thanks so much for watching.